All right, friends. So, what we're doing is setting ourselves up for success in creating a manageable and reasonable schedule so that we can take control of our time. So, this is called a timetable where it kind of just outlines your day in hour chunks. Obviously, the times are very specific due to our schedule. And below, you will find a list of how to fill this out. And this is a video of how to fill it out. So you can pause this at any point, you can speed this up at any point, you can skip through it obviously, but I am going to do each of the 5 steps and I will be coloring them differently as we go. So I'm going to try to do this as clearly and as fast as I can. All right, so it says step 1 is to fill out your school schedule. So I know my school schedule is going to stay the same, so I'm going to fill that out. I know every day I have homeroom, and I know Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday I have counseling. So my next is my first period. So I know that I have ELA every day as my first period. So I'm going to fill out ELA in every one of these sections. It's Monday through Friday, I go to ELA. All right. Now, next, I know that my second period is computer science, and I actually only go to that on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I'm going to put computer science right there. All right, my third period is math, so I'm going to put math right there. And again, you can fast forward this or watch this video at 2x if you need to. All right, so I have homeroom first, second, third, and my fourth period is going to be a free period. Actually, you know what? Let's do that as social studies. All right, social studies, and social studies. All right, now this 11:56 to this 12:56 is super, super important. It is our lunch. All right, it is our lunch. This is where I want you to only do 2 things. I want you to, 1, check your email and be done by noon. Log off of your class at 11:56, check your email, and close your computer at noon. Okay, I want you to take that hour, take that 12 to 12:56 and step away from your computer, step away from your Game Boy, go outside, walk the dog, make lunch, eat lunch, clean it up, have like a away from the computer time. Okay? All right. 11:56 to 12:56 is our fifth period. So for most of us, that's free. And we're actually going to fill that in. So I'm going to leave it blank at this point. All right. My sixth period is going to be science. Excuse me. My sixth period is going to be science. Still messed it up. Science, and then my seventh period is an AIM class. All right, and now it is 3:40 and school is over. So immediately after, or excuse me, I'm already done. I've done step 1, which is fill out your school schedule. All class periods and all days are included. So I've done step 1. So I'm going to highlight that yellow because I've done it. Okay. Now, it says fill in any weekly activities that you have, examples, lessons, tutoring, practice. So I'm obviously a 13-year-old. So I'm going to know that every Tuesday from 5 to 6 I have baseball practice because I'm awesome. And that's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know on Saturdays I have my baseball games. And then also on Mondays, I have tutoring for math because that thing is death. But that's actually from 4 to 5. So I'm going to put that right here, 4 to 5 math tutoring. All right, so I have my practices, my tutoring, my lessons, any violin, anything we have. All right, so I'm going to highlight that because I'm done. Decide with your grown-ups any chores you need to do. Find a slot in the timetable for it and fill it in. So in my house, the trash has to be taken out on Wednesdays because it's picked up on Thursday. So as long as I do it by Thursday morning, it's fine. So I'm going to put that on Wednesday evening. Take the trash out. Okay. Then I also every evening need to do the dishes. So I'm going to put that just in my category here, dishes. Dishes. So just I know that that is on my list every night after dinner. Dishes. And then obviously that will go into the weekend because those days do exist. We just don't go to school those days. Okay. So every night I know I need to do the dishes, and on Wednesdays I take the trash out. So I have done my chores with my grown up, and I'm done. All right, now it says decide 2 things you will do for yourself before school. So this is a moment where we do not wake up and throw ourselves onto a computer where a teacher is trying to get you to do things because you're very confused about life right now. That's not what we're doing. Okay, my friends, that's not what we're doing. We are going to wake up and drink a glass of water. We're going to eat a healthy breakfast. We're going to walk outside. We're going to wash our face, something. You're going to decide 2 things that are going to make you feel better about the day. So Miss Humphreys is old, so we're going to stretch because, y'all, it's real. So we're going to stretch, and then I'm also going to, and you know not to judge me, we're also going to, what do we drink a glass of water. Because you know Red Bull's my first thing. So we're going to drink water instead. And now, oh my gosh, I have to write that in 7 more spaces. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to hit Control C, Control C, and then I'm going to go over to Tuesday and I'm going to hit Control V. And now Control V, Control V, Control V. And I'm going to do that on Saturday and Sunday. But listen, I'm not about this 7 a.m. life on Saturday. That's not the vibe. I'm going to jump down here to like 10. Okay? And that's pushing it, I feel like. 10 on a Saturday is a bit early for me. Okay? So I'm going to move those to the appropriate time. So I've now decided my 2 things that I'm going to do for myself in that 7 a.m. slot. Next and lastly, it says fill in 1 hole every week for the following activities. Number 1, read something for fun. Well, you know what? I have most of Sunday off. I know I'm going to sit down. I'm going to have my lunch like normal. And after lunch, I think I'm going to read something for fun. And this is anything, guys. We're talking a comic on SOAR, a graphic novel, a Newsella article about genetic engineering, bringing back the mammoths, whatever you want. You guys have access to so many readings. So we're going to read something for fun this day. All right, so I have that on my calendar and I am done with the first one now. It says Math IXL. Ugh, I hate Math IXLs. They hurt my soul. They make me feel sad. Okay, well, get them out of the way, y'all. I am a proponent of rip the Band-Aid off. Okay, just rip the Band-Aid off. If we have a Monday, just go ahead and throw the IXLs on Monday. Just get them over with. Math IXLs. And then also, when you do those more, you're going to see more success. You're going to feel better about them because you're going to get better at them. Okay, so this doesn't have to be painful. I don't want it to be painful. Math is actually incredibly cool. You guys, it's literally how the world works, which is dope. All right, ELA writing assignments. Well, I know that is something where I need to dedicate a lot of time and I need to sit down and kind of hash it out and make edits and make outlines. So I'm going to give myself a pretty big chunk of time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that Wednesday when I don't have anything. ELA writing. So I'm going to set myself a lot of time. So math, we're looking at somewhere when we just finished math. ELA, we're looking at a lot of time. Okay. So look at how reasonable this is. Look at how manageable this is, guys. All right, writing science notes. So this is going onto the blog, or excuse me, the blog, going onto Canvas and checking in those additional instructional notes, looking at the PowerPoint for the day, going over your notes from class. This is making sure that you're prepared for the class the next day. So I'm just going to do this for like 2 days. So it says 3:40 to 5. I'm going to do 3:40 to 4, and that's going to be science notes. We don't need to dedicate an enormous amount of time to that. You were just in science. All right, so I'm going to do that again Tuesdays and Thursdays. Right? Is that Tuesday and Thursday? Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday. I'm just going to make sure my science notes are up to date. Okay. So I'm already done with science. I've now finished reading, math, ELA, writing. All I have left is social studies. All right. Now, social studies, we know that's a lot of information. Again, that's a pretty chunky subject. So we're going to go with where we have a lot of time. So I'm going to go social studies. And what I like to do when you have a, specific dates, specific times, maps, etc., I like to do note cards. I like to do a Quizlet where I can, or excuse me, a quizzes where I can test myself, make sure you're reviewing your pictures. So I think note cards are really helpful for that. So I'm going to put social studies note cards right here. All right. So now let's look at our timetable now that all 5 steps are filled out. Okay. So I'm sleeping until 10 a.m. on Saturday. I'm sleeping until 10 a.m. on Saturday. I've got, oh, yeah, fill that in as yellow, guys. Okay, cute. I have Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, I have an hour off. I have an hour off for lunch every single day. I have most of my nights off with just taking out the trash, and I have most of my bedtime routine off, and all I have is dinner. So if you have to watch your siblings, if you have to clean up your room, etc., you can add those things on here. But we're talking most of our evenings alone. If we utilize our time right, we can have the most time to ourselves. So this can look overwhelming, but I don't know why it's not highlighting, but look at how much free time you have. When we utilize our time right, we have more free time. So that's all I'm trying to show you. That's all I'm trying to instill in you and make sure that you understand that you can utilize your time really well and you can make the most of your time.